Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying close attention to the NFL landscape lately, you know that the Cleveland Browns are no strangers to rumors, speculation, and strategic moves. But what's really catching the eye right now, especially among Browns fans, is the buzz surrounding one of their young and talented cornerbacks, Greg Newsome II. And let me tell you, this isn't just some passing rumor. It's shaping up to be one of the most talked about topics in the AFC North as the offseason approaches. The Browns, as many of you already know, have been a team in transition over the past few years, trying to find the right combination of talent and scheme to finally push them over the top. And with their recent struggles in the secondary, especially at the cornerback position, it's no surprise that Newsome's name keeps popping up in discussions about potential trades or even release. Now, Greg Newsome II was drafted by the Browns in the first round back in 2021, a pick that initially generated quite a bit of excitement among fans. Coming out of Northwestern, Newsome was seen as a versatile cornerback with strong coverage skills and a high football IQ. And in his rookie year, he showed flashes of what could be a very promising NFL career. But as we all know, NFL careers are not linear, and sometimes a player's trajectory can take unexpected turns. This past season, Newsome experienced a bit of a dip, a bit of a down year, and that's where the rumors start to pick up steam. Some analysts and insiders have wondered if the Browns might be willing to part ways with him, especially given that he's only 25 years old and has a manageable salary cap hit, around $13. $3 million, which is a significant factor in NFL trades. But let's take a step back and analyze the bigger picture here. First, we have to realize how valuable Newsome has been in the past. His 2023 season, for example, was a year of bright spots. According to Pro Football Focus, he allowed an impressive 83 passer rating when targeted, which is considered quite good in today's pass-heavy NFL. That's the kind of number that catches the eye of teams looking for a reliable slot corner. The Browns seem to have found a gem in him, arguably one of the league's better slot defenders at that time. And yet, as we've seen, the NFL is a league of constant change, and sometimes, a player's recent performance can overshadow previous achievements. The recent struggles, highlighted by a surge in passer ratings allowed to 127 and a ranking that placed him around 177th out of 222 NFL cornerbacks, have fueled speculation that Cleveland might be open to moving on. And that's where the whispers about possible trades or even a release gain momentum. You see, the Browns are in a position where they can evaluate their roster with a clear eye, especially with the upcoming draft and the potential to add new talent through the draft or free agency. The idea is that if they can get a good return, whether in draft picks or players, they might consider parting ways with Newsome. Now, some of you might be wondering, why would they trade such a talented player? Well, it's not just performance that's at play here. The NFL is as much a business as it is a sport, and salary cap management is always a critical factor. Newsome's $13.3 million salary, while not exorbitant in today's NFL, still represents a significant cap hit, especially for a team that's trying to rebuild and get under the cap to make additional moves. Plus, the Browns have a wealth of young talent at cornerback. Players like Cameron Mitchell and Miles Harden have shown promise and could step into larger roles if needed. The team also has the option of drafting another cornerback in the 2025 draft, which could fill any void left by a potential trade. But as always, the NFL trade rumors are never straightforward. Sometimes, they're just that, rumors. Other times, they signal a serious interest from a team looking to shake things up. And in the case of Newsome, the connections to other teams are quite intriguing. For instance, the Las Vegas Raiders and Seattle Seahawks have been mentioned as potential suitors. The Raiders, in particular, have a fascinating link to Newsome through their coaching staff. They currently employ Joe Woods, Cleveland's former defensive coordinator, who coached Newsome during his early years in Cleveland. This connection could make a potential trade more appealing for both sides, especially if the Raiders see Newsome as a valuable addition to their secondary, which has been a weak spot for them. And don't forget about the Seahawks. Pete Carroll's team has been aggressive in building a competitive roster and has shown a willingness to trade for players they believe can contribute immediately. If Seattle sees Newsome as a piece that can help solidify their secondary, especially with their current struggles, they might be willing to part with some draft capital or players of their own. Plus, the Seahawks have a history of developing talent, so Newsome could see a familiar environment that might help him bounce back from a less-than-stellar season. Now, there's also the Miami Dolphins lurking in the background. The Dolphins have one of the worst cornerback groups in the league right now, and it's no secret that they're actively looking to upgrade that position. If Cleveland is open to trading Newsome, Miami could be very interested, especially if the Browns are looking for draft picks or other assets in return. It's a complicated dance, but one that could benefit multiple teams if the right deal comes along. You see, when there's smoke, there's usually fire. And in this case, the rumors about Newsome's potential trade have been circling for a couple of years. Some experts say this could finally be the year it happens, especially as the Browns weigh their options heading into the offseason. The team is in a rare position of strength. They don't have to hold on to a player if the return is right. And that's a big shift from a few seasons ago when Cleveland was more focused on developing young talent and struggling to find consistent success. What makes this situation even more interesting is how the Browns' management is approaching these decisions. They've built a roster with a mix of young talent and veteran experience, always looking for the right pieces to fit their scheme and philosophy. And with general manager Andrew Berry leading the way, they've shown a willingness to be aggressive in trades, especially if it means improving the team's chances of finally getting back to the playoffs and hopefully making a deep run in the Super Bowl. This season, the Browns have been a roller coaster, with some games that showcase their potential and others where fundamental mistakes cost them dearly. But the core of this team is talented enough to contend, and adding or trading away key pieces could be part of their strategic plan. Now, let's talk about the broader picture. Cleveland's defense has been a work in progress for years. While players like Myles Garrett and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah have been bright spots, the secondary has often been the Achilles heel. The decision to trade or keep Newsome will be a reflection of how the Browns view their team's future. Do they see Newsome as a cornerstone, or do they believe they can find better value elsewhere? That's the million-dollar question, and it's one that fans will be watching closely in the coming weeks. And don't forget, the NFL offseason is a time of change. Free agency, trades, draft picks, it all creates a whirlwind of activity. For Browns fans, it's both exciting and nerve-wracking. But one thing is clear, the Browns are not content to stay stagnant. They're looking for ways to get better, to build a squad that can finally bring a Super Bowl back to Cleveland after decades of waiting. And while the rumors about Greg Newsome are just one part of this larger puzzle, they highlight the strategic thinking happening behind the scenes. In the end, whether Newsome stays or goes, it's a testament to how much Cleveland is trying to evolve and compete at the highest level. And for us as fans, it's an exciting time. We get to see how the front office manages these difficult decisions, how new players might step in, and whether the team can finally put it all together. The AFC North is shaping up to be more competitive than ever, with teams like Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati all making moves, and Cleveland trying to keep pace or even take a step ahead. So, what's your take, Browns fans? Do you think Newsome should stay and fight for his spot, or do you believe the team would benefit from trading him for the right package? Are you excited about the possibility of new faces coming in, or do you think the current roster, with some tweaks, can still make a serious playoff run? I want to hear all your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more breaking news, and deeper insights into everything happening around the Browns. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, go Browns.